I'm quite a bit of a homebody. So
Mm.
the not going out didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
I'm quite into like Japanese anime and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I've been learning Japanese for a bit under a year. So in terms of like using my time, I try to study that a bit more and a bit more diligently with all the extra time on my hands.
Footy25 back again, and we're here with another episode. This one is a very good player coming up. So today we have Vyan Sampson. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
No worries. Yeah, we're just gonna talk, have a good conversation, and just give your thoughts and everything that's going on right now. So the first thing we wanted to talk about was obviously this is a situation where it's hit the whole world, and I wanted to find out how it hit your sport and it affected you. So how did COVID affect you and your team and everything that's going on with your league right now?
Well, the whole COVID situation in itself was just crazy to begin with, but it probably affected football, well, at least women's football, long before, for example, like the country went on lockdown. We had stopped playing football maybe like 2 or 3 weeks before lockdown was initiated in the UK. So in that period, we're being told to stay at home, but we're also, as athletes, being told not to go to local gyms and stuff. Because as you know, like disease can spread through gyms quite quickly, with a lot of people interacting, touching the same surfaces and stuff like that. So we were told to stay home, given home programs and stuff to do at home. But if you're like me, when you've been involved in like the pro environment, I don't really have much equipment at home. I literally had one 5 kg med ball and a few like resistance bands and stuff. So training for me was quite limited in terms of like what I could do. But we made do, had, like horrible body weight circuits and stuff to do, that programs that were given to us by our like exercise scientists and stuff. So it's not that we were at home doing nothing. We had things to do and we had things to focus on. So we was able to do that, but it was a lot of waiting around to find out what the FA were planning to do. And then the FA were waiting on, the government decisions or to decide whether we would be able to, resume the season. So I think about over 6 weeks passed, and then finally had the decision that the season was going to be ended. So that's very gutting to the women's game, especially when we look around the world and we see a lot of the other leagues, men's leagues, other women's leagues as well, preparing to resume.
Here at Footy25, we're proud to present you with the best football-specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting Footy25.
Yeah, it must be, gutting for you guys. Did you have in your heart of hearts that this would be the situation and you wouldn't return to play? Did you have any hope, any faith?
No, we definitely had hope. Like, for a lot of teams gunning for promotion, fighting for relegation, everyone literally wanted the season to continue. But sometimes you just have to take a step back. It is football, and the people's health comes above that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want everyone to be healthy, their families to stay safe. So kind of in the back of my mind personally, my mum's quite high risk. So in terms of that, I wouldn't want to put her at risk by returning to training. And even if we did go back to training, it would still have to be something I would have to think about properly in terms of risk versus reward. But everybody wanted the season to continue. That's what we love. That's our job. So yeah, quite gutting.
Yeah, obviously just touch on quickly, you know, how your last game went and the lead up to being told that the season would end. So did you have to go to training after that, or did you just strictly stay at home?
No, literally strictly stayed at home. But it's funny because I still had all my equipment and stuff at the facility. So I'm going to have to organise at some point how to get all that back. But literally, like, we was literally at home after, you know, a week of good training, and then literally being told, right, no one's to come in, no one's to, you know, be in contact with each other. Everyone has to stay home and isolate. Literally went from 0 to 100 like quite quickly.
Yeah. Obviously, quarantine brings, you know, different hobbies, different things to do other than football. What type of things were you doing, and what type of things did, you know, take up your time?
So for me, like, I'm quite a bit of a homebody. So the not going out didn't bother me too much.
Yeah.
I'm quite into like Japanese anime and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I've been learning Japanese for a bit under a year. So in terms of like using my time, I try to study that a bit more and a bit more diligently with all the extra time on my hands, wake up, do the exercises that I needed to do, eat something good and proper, and then, you know, sit down with my books and be studying. I'm self-teaching as well, so it is a lot harder than, you know, having someone to be in contact with all the time to help you along the way. So yeah, that's probably what took up my time the most, to be honest. And like I said, I do it because I love it. I find it fun. So yeah, that's me.
Well, Japanese, that is crazy. You know? Like that is like something like I don't even know where I would start with that. You know, like for me, I already know another language already. So I know German. I'm trying to learn Portuguese during quarantine, but Japanese, like, there's not even the same letters. Like, you know what I mean? So kudos to you, obviously. Like, yeah, that's a big
obviously
commitment.
it's a big challenge, and I wanted something to challenge me. And obviously, like, when I was thinking about like my life after football, I feel like there's a lot you can do if you have another language under your belt. Like, that will open a lot of doors for you. You know, potentially being able to move to Japan and do something out there interested me. So that's why I went down that route. Yeah.
I admire like Japanese culture in terms of like how they do things, and, you know, especially some stories I've heard, you know, people going there, etc. Do you know if it's similar to Chinese?
No, it's very different. Very different. Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people wouldn't necessarily think so, but even just the culture is very different. It doesn't really cross over, as you would say.
Really? Even the languages?
Yeah.
Okay, crazy, yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, kudos to you. Good luck with that. I don't know where to start with that. And I got a friend, Tafari Moore, who we've had on here as well, and he's into Japanese anime. And yeah, he's a Rasta Jamaican, and he's into like Dragon Ball Z and these type of things. Yeah.
For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe.